Results from a civil service exam are shown in the table to the right. Is there sufficient evidence to support the claim that the results from the test are discriminatory? Use a 0.05 significance level. First, we must determine the null and alternative hypotheses. This is going to be a test of independence. So what we're going to test is whether or not there is any influence on whether or not a test is passed or failed based on whether or not it is a white or minority candidate. Our null hypothesis would be that they are independent, that there is no influence. So looking through these hypotheses, we would see that here we have white and minority candidates have the same chance of passing the test, and white and minority candidates do not have the same chance of passing the test. So here in the null hypothesis, we would have that they are independent, and here in the alternative hypothesis, we have that they are not independent. There is some influence. The next thing that we're to do is to determine the test statistic. Now this is a test of independence. So what we'll do is click the little rectangle and then select Open in StatCrunch. And then we'll click Stat, Tables, Contingency with Summary. What we have here is a contingency table where the responses have been summarized. In columns, we're going to select both passed and failed. Our row labels, we will just select the blank. And then make sure that we have chi-square test for independence selected and click Compute. Now we have the results of the hypothesis test. Our chi-square test value is 8.623 if we round to 3 decimal places. Our p-value is 0.0033 rounded to 4 decimal places as called for in the problem. And now we need to draw a conclusion. Is there sufficient evidence to support the claim that the results from the test are discriminatory? What we'll need to do is compare the p-value with alpha. Our p-value is 0.0033 and alpha is 0.05. Remember that if the p-value is less than alpha, then we would reject the null hypothesis. Now in the hypotheses that we selected, the null hypothesis says that white and minority candidates have the same chance of passing the test. And our alternative hypothesis is that white and minority candidates do not have the same chance of passing the test. Remember that the question was, do the results show that the test is discriminatory? So our selection then will be there is sufficient evidence to support the claim that the results are discriminatory.